phones, Babylons can't crack the code.
The 2023 football recruiting class is one that is heavily hyped up, with some big names such as Malachi Nelson, Arch Manning, Keon Keeley, Jackson Arnold, just to name a few of the best players in the class. Of course, it's loaded top to bottom, and I believe this class is going to end up being one of the better ones in recent memory. However, in today's video, I'm going to be taking a look at something rather different that you may not always see in a day-to-day recruiting channel, or one that talks about high school football recruiting at that. And that is to be talking about some of the biggest risers in this year's class, from when they first popped up for the recruiting rankings and where they're currently at right now. And for the sake of this video, I will be using the 24/7 Sports Composite rankings. Before I move on, remember to smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Now let's get into it. The first player that I'm going to be talking about in today's video is set to play football at Ohio State, and that's quarterback Lincoln Kienholz. Kienholz is currently rated as a 4-star, number 205 player in the nation, and the number 14 quarterback in the class. Out of all the players in the 2023 recruiting cycle, Lincoln is one of the fastest rising prospects out of everyone in the entire country. As heading into the summer of his senior year, Lincoln wasn't even a ranked player, and he wasn't on anyone's radar hardly at all, mainly because he played in South Dakota and there's not a lot of big name guys that come from there, but Lincoln would for sure get his respect as time would go on. When he first cracked the recruiting rankings for 24/7 Sports to start off the summer in June, he was number 879. Fast forward to today, he is ranked 205, and we could see an even bigger bump as the road goes on these next couple months towards the final recruiting updates. He's currently on pace to play for Ohio State, and honestly, he's one of the more underrated quarterbacks in this entire class. Everyone talks about how great this quarterback class is, and for him to rise up the way he did in this absolutely loaded quarterback class definitely speaks about how good of a player he actually is. He's a player seen by national recruiting analysts to be someone that has a very high upside, as he has a pretty good arm, high productivity, playing high school football in South Dakota. Even though it's not necessarily the most D1 prospects he goes against, he is a gamer, he has great mobility and athleticism, he knows how to extend plays, and seems pretty comfortable in the pocket. The next player is Texas signee, ranked as the number 130th player in the nation and the number 6 athlete in the class. It is Jelani McDonald. In regards to his recruiting rise, when he first committed to his first school in Oklahoma State, he was an entirely unranked player with not that many offers. But as time went on, when he first cracked the recruiting rankings, he was ranked as the 1020th player. But he kept rising as the month of July went, and as his senior season went on, to end up as the number 130 player in the nation, and one of the biggest athletes as well. He's someone that can play on both sides of the ball, and was getting recruited on both sides of the ball at various programs to be a receiver, a defensive back, and he's expected to be a linebacker at Texas, according to everything that I see. Jelani has a good build, and was proven on both sides of the ball for a good Connolly High School in Waco, Texas, one that won a lot of games under him as a quarterback, and one where he showcased a lot of his talents, not only with the rushing side of things, the passing side of things, but as well as on the defensive side of the ball. He's seen as someone with a very high upside, has a very good frame and build coming in, and someone that's expected to be a big-time player on the collegiate level. On to the next player, it is Oklahoma signee PJ Adebawore. PJ is rated as a 5-star recruit, the number 25 player in the nation, and the number 4 edge. PJ would first crack into the 24/7 Sports Composite rankings after a stellar junior campaign at North Kansas City High School, coming in at number 393. And as time went on, he started to see a very big rise, especially after dominating some camps and having a good senior campaign, as now he's a 5-star recruit and a top 25 player. PJ is seen as a player with a very high upside and someone that could potentially contribute for the Oklahoma Sooners defense day one as a freshman for the 2023 college football season. He stands in at 6'4", 240 pounds, and has one of the longest wingspans in this entire class. Now you may be wondering, why is that relevant? Well, he is an edge player, and that comes very important for any edge, is to have a very good wingspan. Not only that, he has a very good build. He's already big, and he can play with the build he has now, but of course he's going to get bigger when he steps on campus and gets with a college strength and conditioning program. This guy is shaping to look like a monster in the future if everything goes to plan with the development, adding weight, and of course if he can stay healthy. Look at his film, he plays with a ferocious and veracity in his style of play, and surely seems to fit a Brent Venables defense. This next player is set to play football at Oregon, and that's Kenyan Sadiq. Sadiq is rated as a 4-star, the number 134 player in the nation, and the number 7 player in this 2023 recruiting class. Sadiq would first crack into the 24/7 Sports Composite rankings in the spring of his junior year at number 811, and would see a steady rise as time would go on, now being the number 134 player in the nation. National recruiting experts expect that he could play ball on both sides of the ball, and was being recruited by a number of schools to be on offense and defense, but ultimately at Oregon he's expected to be a tight end, as he stands in at 6'3", 220 pounds according to his recruiting profile, and was highly productive on that side of the ball, especially when it came down to the red zone, deep balls, and ultimately being a physical pass catcher. With this next player, he is set to play ball at Notre Dame. It is safety Ben Minich. Minich is rated as the number 340 player and the number 32 safety in the 2023 recruiting cycle. Recruiting ranking wise, Ben would crack in as a player that was ranked outside the top 1,000, and for a lot of time during the college football offseason before his senior year started, he was hovering around the 1,200 range as recruiting rankings go on for all the players in the 23 class. But after a stellar season for his senior year at Lakota West, he would have a big year where he saw a big rise, ultimately ending at the number 340 player in the nation. A little bit more of a smaller defensive back at 5'11", 185. However, he is also very fast, running a 10.47 100-meter dash, highly athletic, a high football IQ, and is beyond athletic. He's someone who's very willing to tackle, is very good at closing space, is good in coverage, and has some very good ball skills, playing the ball in the air because of all the skills he's acquired on the offensive side of the ball over the stretch of his high school football career. For the final player in today's video, it is another Oklahoma commit and signee, this time being Samuel Omosigho. Omosigho ranks as a 4-star, number 93 player in the nation, and the number 7 linebacker in the 2023 class. Omosigho would first crack into the 24/7 Sports Composite rankings in 2021, coming in at number 332 in the nation. However, during the 2022 spring, he would fall to 492. However, he would see a fast rise, now being a top 100 player at the number 93 ranking. In regards to the 2023 recruiting class, Omosigho is seen as one of the best pure athletes in the entire recruiting cycle, as he is proven on both sides of the ball, on defense and offense, with high productivity and efficiency his entire high school football career. He had offers to play receiver, and he had offers to be a linebacker on defense, as he was seen as a very big, high upside guy with some pretty good size. He is very efficient on both sides of the ball, and if you develop him the right way, he is going to be a complete monster. Everyone knows Venables loved his linebackers, and this is someone that fits the build of his defense, and someone to keep an eye on as his college football career goes on. Well guys, if you made it this far in today's video, drop something down in the comment section below. What videos do you want to see on this channel in the future? And before you head out, remember to smash that like button, turn on those post notifications, and subscribe if you haven't already. Be Kelly out.